Baruch haba, and welcome back to another Alef Tav treasure. Some friends of mine were in a discussion this morning about circumcision and uh, if it needed to be done or not. So I thought, well, I'll look to see if there are any Alef Tav witnesses about circumcision, and behold, there are. There are at least three. But just to recap, Yeshua in Revelation mentions 4 times that he is the Alpha and the Omega, but we know that he would have been speaking Hebrew, which would have been the Aleph and the Tav instead of the Alpha and the Omega, because the Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and the Tav is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and there are hundreds of standalone Aleph and Tavs all throughout the Tanakh, the Torah, and the prophets, and the Psalms probably too. But and the amazing thing about that is they are not translated; they're just sitting there in the Hebrew. But if you go through and you pick them out, you can see that they are witnesses of Yeshua. So the verses in Revelation are Revelation 1:8, 1:11, 21 verse 6, and 22 verse 13. But like I said, I'll put those down in the description. Okay. Regarding circumcision, if we go to Genesis 17 and verse 11, it's the account of where Yahweh tells Abraham that he needs to circumcise everyone in his household. So we'll go to that verse. It's Genesis 17:11. And the English says, "And you shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskins, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and you." In the Hebrew, it says, "You shall be circumcised, Alef Tav, in the skin or in the flesh of your foreskins." And we have that on here. Also, I wrote that out. Alef Tav, in the flesh of your plural foreskins. And then in Genesis 17, same chapter, verse 25, we see Alef Tav again, in the flesh, basar, arlato, his foreskin. And we'll turn over to 1725 and look at that. Oh, there we are. "And Ishmael, his son, was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin." And here we have our Alef Tav. Basar is in the flesh, arlato, of his foreskin. And then we have one more in Deuteronomy, and it's chapter 10, verse 16. Umaltem, and circumcise, and you, plural, circumcised, it's plural there. "And circumcise, Alef Tav, our lot, the Alef Tav, our lot, foreskin of your heart, of your plural heart, levavchem." So, circumcising the skin of your foreskin seems to me, you can make your own decision, but it seems to me if you do that and in the foreskin of your heart, that you are being a witness to Yeshua. And we'll look at the English on the Deuteronomy 10, verse 16 here and here. Therefore, circumcise the foreskin of your heart and be stiff-necked no longer. Umaltem et Alef Tav arlat levavchem. So circumcise Alef Tav, your foreskin of your heart. But anyway, so that's another pro of getting circumcised, no matter what age you are. I know a guy who I was actually married to who just died recently, and he was not circumcised, and we had talked about this also. So, he never got it done, so I don't know. But anyway, all right, hope you find this interesting, and feel free to leave me comments if you disagree, or if you have other insight into this. I'm open for any comments you have. Thanks for joining me. Lehitraot. See you later, and Shavua Tov. Have a blessed rest of your week.